Hello! This is my first live, and I'm Maya Lila DeVento. I'm actually in a friend's room right now because the Wi-Fi and cell phone towers and cell phone service, everything's out in my yurt out in the countryside. But a little bit about me. I help people become the magical beings they know they are by alchemizing fear, confusion, and stuckness into beauty, power, and joy. Joy and beauty are two of my main values. And one of the most powerful ways for us to reconnect to our higher self, to our magic, to our joy and beauty is human design. I've been in my human design experiment for about 14 years now. And I've been studying it intensively for the last 4 or 5 years and doing readings. And I realized I love card pulls where there's different piles and you're like, which one is mine? But I was like, I've never seen a card pull for the human design energy types. So we're going to do that today. And we're going to be using, this is one of my personal favorite decks. This is The Secret Language of Animals by Chip Richards. And it's an oracle deck. And so I'm just going to shuffle a little bit here. Let me get grounded. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a card for each energy type. So we're going to start with generators and then manifesting generators, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors. And then I will add in the timestamps after this live is over. But we'll just pull a card for each type and then I'll read the description and this will be your message. And these are perennial card pulls. And so whenever you come across this video, this will be the perfect message that you need for this time. So here, I may as well just pull out all the cards. All right, we've got the generator card. And we'll do manifesting generators. Oh, we have a jumper. Love the jumpers. All right, then I'll pull a card for the projectors. I'm a projector. I'm a 1-3 splenic projector. Let me get the best message. Here we go. Another jumper. All right. Maybe you guys can see me shuffling here. Again, this is not my normal broadcasting station. This is my friend Rob's room. He lives in town. Okay. That was Manifestors. And one more card for Reflectors. Yeah, I realized yesterday when I had no cell phone service and no Wi-Fi, I was like, oh, I can't do any of my work, like any of the work that I do, which is mostly online or creating online. All right, reflectors, extra special message for you guys. What message do reflectors need to have today and in the future? Oh, and we got a jumper. Oh, that's one of my favorite cards. Okay. So first we will do generators. And generators, you got the snow leopard. Snow leopards are one of my favorite animals. If I could choose any animal to have as a pet, it would be a snow leopard because they're so beautiful and they look so soft and floofy and they've got these beautiful eyes. A friend of mine just bought a house here. I live outside of Grants Pass in Southern Oregon, and she just bought a house. And the woman that used to own the house and live there owned a tiger and would sleep with it in her bed, like the tiger. And I was like, that's amazing. I want to do that with a snow leopard. Okay. So what I'm going to, before I read the description, and I will also read the description out of the little book, but what do you think, generator, when you think of or see a snow leopard? And you might want to spend some time too after this. Ooh, look at the little ring around him. After this call, you can spend some time maybe Googling, you can Google animal medicine, snow leopard animal medicine or animal totem, and it'll give you more interpretations of the medicine of snow leopard. But I just want you first to go inside and do you have any associations with snow leopards? Does it make you think of anything? What do you think of when you think of a snow leopard? What kind of qualities or traits does the snow leopard have for you? Because I think that that's important for us to go within and kind of listen to ourselves first. But the words for snow leopard are mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. And when I think of a snow leopard, I think of an animal that is very like solitary. Like I believe they live their lives in solitude, and they know how to take care of themselves, but they're also kind of mystical because they do live in these like snowy, cold realms. Like I think they live in like maybe Tibet or the Himalaya. And so I kind of think that they're, in a way like closer to God, and they kind of have a purity also because they are like a lighter color and they live in the snow. But also there's like this intensity of, any of the big cats have a very intense focus, like they see into your soul. And so, yeah, this is the energy, the medicine that I get from the snow leopard. But again, the words are mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. So I'm gonna pull, or I'll read the description out of the book. And again, these are written by Chip Richards, and he is an amazing writer. He lives in Australia, and he essentially channeled this oracle card deck. He works with Olympic athletes, and now I think he's like a coach, like a life coach kind of thing. But this book constantly blows me away because his messages are so beautiful. Perched in a snow-covered tree, silently aware of life around her, Snow Leopard peers through pale green eyes, watchful, stealth, and full of mystery. Home to barren regions of mountain snow and rock, Snow Leopard is lighter than most of the big cats, but with widespread paws for wading across snowfields and a thick furry tail that is nearly as long as her body, used for balance and to shield her mouth and nose from harsh winter winds, Snow Leopard is well equipped for her surroundings. While her territory is spread across a vast area of Central Asia, her shy nocturnal ways means she is almost never seen in the open. While other big cats are known for their fierceness and danger posed to humans, Snow Leopard walks a path of silent harmony and non-aggression. Unless her own cubs are being threatened, Snow Leopard will often choose to back off and let other predators finish a well-earned meal simply to avoid conflict. Preferring the quiet sanctity of her independence, she journeys alone much of the year, coming together only at mating time with others of her kind. Thriving in places where most would not venture, Snow Leopard is a lunar animal, pure of spirit. So that's kind of like a description of Snow Leopard. And then here's the message. When Snow Leopard moves into your world, she brings a sense of quiet belief and purity of motion. Patient and deeply sensitive, Snow Leopard teaches us the art of agility, balancing stillness and observation with dynamic action, informed by the silent mystery of our intuition. I love that. Snow Leopard asks you to look beyond the surface to the spiritual teachings and gifts in your surroundings and experience. Snow Leopard says it's okay to walk your own path and to find comfort and serenity in your own company. Seek quiet solitude, and in that solitude, you will regenerate your being and heighten your connection to your own sense of direction. Tread quietly on the path that calls, not to impress others, but simply because it feels right to you. Snow Leopard calls you to walk your path with a vision that sees through shadow and darkness to the pure possibility beyond. I love this message. This is speaking to me right now. There are times to be outwardly expressive of your gifts, and there are times to quietly harvest your energy and keenly observe the world around you, so that when you act, you do so with great speed and agility. Time to get in touch with your own whispered guidance and inner truth. In the mystery of Snow Leopard, one moment the way may appear blocked, but in the next quiet breath, a doorway opens where once there was none. Be patient and ever present to the subtle signs of the moment. Smile deeply and be ready to leap when the moment calls. There is magic and mystery all around you. And here's the affirmation. I am present to the great possibilities around and within me. When I move in harmony with the pure magic of life. Woo, I love that one. And I, if you might already know this, but I have an offering called Unlock Your Magic, and it's all about really letting that magic shine and remembering the magic that we are, that already exists within us, and just tapping back into that, because in our normal, modern, everyday world, we don't acknowledge that magic is real. We don't tune into our own magic and power. So I love that read. And so I'll just leave you again with this little last picture of the snow leopard. And so that is it for generators. Now we'll move on to manifesting generators. So manifesting generator, your animal is mountain gorilla. And this is, I love the colors, like the vibrant power. So again, think about, what do gorillas symbolize to you? Like, what are their strengths? Um, what are like the archetypal powers that they bring to the world? What do you think of when you think of a gorilla? Do you have any connection to gorillas? Like, did you love gorillas when you were a kid, or did you see that movie Coco where the gorilla's like cuddling his kitten and that had an impact? It's just kind of like in your own space and mind and intuition, think about gorillas and what they mean to you and what you associate them with as far as like their messages or their strengths. And so this card says reverence, contemplation, community, and inner calm. So that's the mountain gorilla. And then I will read, let me see, number 12. It's interesting because snow leopard was number 13. Mountain gorilla is number 12. Okay. Reverence, contemplation, community, and inner calm. Once thought to be fierce and aggressive, gorilla brings the gift of immense physical strength, about 20 times that of humans, through gentle reflection, grace in motion, and mutual respect. As our closest kin in the animal kingdom, gorillas share 98% of our DNA, and their peaceful way of being reveals many of our most aspired attributes. They are highly intelligent and cooperative, inherently affectionate, considerate, and inclusive of each other. They form close bonds with those who live in their troop, and they share responsibility to care for both the young and the elders of their tribe. They never seek conflict, and yet they are courageous and valiant in their commitment to protect their family from danger. And so that's very similar to the snow leopard. It said in there that they will actually avoid conflict. Like, they don't seek out conflict, but they will protect what they love, their young. In power struggles with each other, gorillas may raise their voice, beat their chest, and even shake trees to assert themselves, but rarely will they use physical force against each other to maintain peace and balance in the group. Shy and nomadic by nature, mountain gorillas make a fresh bed every evening from the branches, leaves, and grasses of their surroundings. As vegetarians, they serve the biodiversity of their environment by spreading the seeds of fruit and plants they eat throughout the forest. And then here's the message of gorilla. When gorilla comes into your world, she comes with the gift of reflection and deep inner calm, born from the knowledge that you are strong beyond measure and wonderfully supported in this world. Amidst the rapid pace, pressures, and expectations of our modern life, gorilla calls you into the sanctity of your own magnificence, reminding you that you can create your own world based on values of peace, trust, community, and quiet abundance. Honor the spirit of youth, both within you and around you. Be also respectful of your elders. Seek their wisdom and guidance as a doorway to the ancient knowing that dwells within your own being. No matter what may be going on around you, gorilla comes as a reminder that we always have the ability to take the higher ground, to observe with great understanding, to demonstrate deep inner strength in how we stand and speak and move. Do not back down from challenge, but there is no need to chase it either. You are stronger than you know. Speak clearly and honestly from your center. Lead with a calm knowing and thoughtful consideration, seeking always the path that will serve all. Take time to share the simple magic of life with those you love. There is no need to rush ahead. Move with quiet grace, and the path will rise to meet you, providing abundantly for all of your needs. Create comfort wherever you are by taking time for simple rituals and self-care activities that put you in touch with the deep peace of your heart center. Where is your private sanctuary? Go there and find yourself within it. And then here's the affirmation. I breathe deep into the sanctuary within me. I am grounded. I am strong. I am whole and complete. That's a good one. So that was for manifesting generators. And I'll just show you the card again, which is mountain gorilla. Beautiful colors. Like, so strong, but so peaceful also, and like vegetarian. All right. Now we'll move on to projectors. So projectors, this is your card. Ooh, you got water. And if you can't tell, this is actually my favorite color. Like, most of the things I own are like a turquoise teal aqua color. But so water, this card is really gorgeous and with the shell. So think about, okay, what attributes does water have and what archetypes does water represent? Like, obviously, there's like a flowing and an interconnectedness. There's also the consciousness of water. And there's a woman named Isabel Friend, I believe, on Instagram. And she talks a lot about how water is the memory holder of the planet and how we can communicate with water, like we can speak to it, we can put our intentions into water and bless the water with these intentions and actually change the structure of the water. And if you've seen those, I can't remember the name, the Japanese researcher who like had two like jars of something. I don't know if it was juice or something, but like every day he would like send like beautiful positive words to one jar and then like ugly, like hateful words to the other jar. And they changed. Like the beautiful jar stayed clear and like, you know, it didn't get moldy and gross. And like the other jar just got kind of like uglier and like blah. And it's just about the power of our words to affect the state of things outside of us, including water. But I will go into, okay, so it says water, feeling, awakening, expression, and life. So let's go to the water card, which is number 1. Water is the lifeblood of our planet, the rhythm keeper, the valley forager, the carrier of energy and sustenance. Born from the cooling stream of ancient volcanic fires, water covers over 70% of the surface of the globe and fills nearly 70% of our bodies. And I've heard this number like so different. Some people are like 95% or 70%, but like most of our bodies is water. We are water beings living on a water planet. From tiny ice crystals on mountain peaks down to the silent center of our deepest oceans, water is the holder, the guardian, and giver of life. From storm clouds and waterfalls to the gentle trickles of fresh springs that bubble up from deep within the mother, water cleanses, renews, and connects. Water flows through obstacles, removes barriers, breaks down mountains, and awakens life. As a supreme channel of sound and vibration, the water of our planet carries the migration songs of whales and honors the whispered prayers of all who bring their message to its shores. Used by many cultures to honor ceremony and rites of passage, water reveals to us the secrets of life cycles and brings us into contact with the rhythm of our own sacred journey home. And then the message of water. Amidst the rapid pace of modern life, we can easily be overrun by the roles, responsibilities, and agendas of the mind. We may find ourselves struggling to forge a path, feeling thirsty for meaning and fulfillment, without realizing there's a clear river of natural expression running right alongside of us, an ocean of possibilities before us, and an infinite wellspring within us waiting to guide our way. Water now enters your life with an invitation to surrender your worldly burdens and open your heart to the creative power of your emotions and the higher currents within. As the raindrop finds its way through the sky and trees to join the tiny mountain stream that will one day deliver it back to the sea, water guides your steps from quiet visions to the full manifestation of your dreams. Not with strain and force, but with natural empowered flow, guided by a deep inner compass calling you home to your true self. If you feel stuck, confused, or unsure what actions to take, bring your questions to the water. Observe water's graceful power and natural, effortless way. Let it be your teacher and a clear reflection of the infinite possibilities now available to you. This is a time of great creative possibility. Water honors your journey and welcomes you into its depths. Celebrate this moment as a blessing, a rite of passage, opening the way to a fresh wave of flow-filled expression. Come to the water. Share your prayers, intentions, and gratitude with the element of water. That's beautiful. And here's the affirmation. I am one with the ocean of life. I flow with the river of all possibility, and I sing my songs with the tides. Divine water, move through my body and bring the gift of life to my whole being. Yay, beautiful. So that was for projectors, your water card. All right, next up we have manifestors. Manifestors, you're about 5% of the population, and you guys got salmon. This is card number 5. So again, think of salmon. And what do you think of when you think of salmon? I know, like, yeah, they're delicious and nourishing, but also they're powerful. Like salmon swim, like they go through this huge journey of like from streams like to the ocean and then back. They swim up rivers. I don't know if you've ever seen salmon coming back up river. I have seen that here locally in Oregon, and it's amazing. Like they are going against thousands of gallons of water and force, and just the fact that they can even make it up, like they must be incredibly strong and just have this force of will and persistence. And manifestors are really here to exhibit that force of will and persistence and be like, this is what we're doing. And I have a friend who's a manifestor, and her husband always says that she has the will of a small country because what she decides to do, she does it. So the card says salmon, faith, determination, independence, and change. This is a perfect card for manifestors. I love this for you guys. Okay. So, number 5. Salmon, faith, determination, independence, and change. Born in the rock pools of mountain streams, salmon's journey is that of the hero, a great circle of transformation venturing from its freshwater origins to the wide open ocean, where it must learn to live, breathe, grow, and survive before one day answering the deep inner call to return again. Following the inner compass of its ancient heritage, salmon embarks upon an epic quest against the current, defying waterfalls and predators before returning to the exact same stream bed of its beginning. How do they even do that? There it spawns, giving rise to a new generation before completing its journey and dissolving back into the stony river bottom from which it came. In many cultures, fish are deeply symbolic of the gifts of transformation, fertility, abundance, determination, good fortune, and creative flow. Salmon embodies and expresses all of these attributes in the bold adventure and archetypal cycle of its life. Thought by Celtic Druids to be the oldest and wisest of all creatures, salmon represents the full spectrum of the shaman's quest for knowledge and the journey to discover the essence of our own true self. So here's the message of salmon. Sometimes we think we want our reward to be handed to us on a platter. I often think that. But the truth is that most of life's great gifts are made sweeter by the journey we go on to reach them. Great challenge and seemingly impossible odds reveal to us that we are great beings, far more capable than we realized. Without the currents and waterfalls, salmon would have no way of discovering its own ability to rise above and find the way through. When salmon swims into your world, it honors you as a hero of your own life journey. Salmon calls you to recognize your greatest challenge as your greatest opportunity to discover and experience strength, resourcefulness, and capabilities within you that you would otherwise never know existed. The message of salmon is to be willing to stand on your own, to walk a different path to others when your heart calls you to do so. And this is very apt for manifestors. Follow your instincts and creative impulses, even when it takes you down a slightly different path than others may be going or expect you to. Your energy and enthusiasm will quickly gather the support of others. But if you find yourself venturing solo into uncharted waters, know that this too is part of your journey. Each must find its own way through. But clarity is power. And when your movements are driven by a deep inner call, the river of life will reveal pockets of flow and secret passages within its currents to support your journey, even when the surface waves seem to be rising up against you. While salmon appears to be fighting against the current, in truth, its passage is supported by a series of reverse undercurrents flowing in the direction of its journey home. I did not know that. Seek allies and pockets of energy that support the direction you wish to go. As with salmon's shift from freshwater to salt and back again, change and transformation is part of your journey. When the moment calls, don't be afraid to change direction or let go of a previous aspect of your being in order to open the way for your next chapter of expression. Salmon reminds us that though we may travel far away, we are each native to somewhere. Honor the ancient heritage of your own culture. Your returning is part of the hero's journey, to share gifts that you've gathered and to nourish yourself back. No, it does. Let me reread that. To share gifts you have gathered and to nourish yourself in the waters of your origins. As the hero of my own life story, here's the affirmation. As the hero of my own life story, I answer the quiet call of my spirit. Change is my friend. Clarity is my power. All my life is a great adventure, always guiding me home. That's so beautiful. Also, if you need help with clarity, this is one of my specialties. It's really hard for us to see ourselves clearly. We really need to have a mirror and a person to reflect back to us what's on the inside, because when we're on the inside, things can get all like tangled and messed up. So one of my offerings, part of my offerings, I help people unlock their magic in their mind, body, and soul. And part of getting clarity and tuning into your magic of your mind is gentle guided inquiry. And so basically I ask you a bunch of questions. I ask you a billion questions, and I kind of draw out of you your own knowledge and wisdom and what your intuition is trying to tell you, that again, like, gets lost in all of the mind chatter. So if you need help with clarity, hit me up. But that was the card for Manifestors. Manifestors, you had the salmon card, and that was actually really beautiful energy. And last but not least, now we will do the card for Reflectors. And I pulled all these cards, I shuffled and I pulled them out at the beginning, so I haven't seen them all. But most of them were jumpers. And this is a message for you, Reflectors. This is a perennial reading, so this is for you at any time in your life, anytime you come across this video. And you got Eagle. Eagle is one of my favorite cards. This card came up for me so many times in the last month. I pulled this card a number of times, and it's got a really beautiful message. So when you think of Eagle, think of the characteristics, the attributes, the eagle, of the strength, like how they live their lives. All of this stuff can be hints and clues to the medicine that they carry for you. When I think of eagle, I think of like power and focus and clarity. And the eagle like sees what they want, like the fish in the water, and they go and they get it. And they're just so, they don't have any doubts. They don't have any weakness. They're just like pure power and focus and clarity. So that's what I think of when I think of eagle. Also that higher perspective, like the eagle flies really high and they can see forever. And most, indigenous beliefs equate birds to being closer to God because they have that higher perspective. And it helps us as humans who are on the ground most of the time, it helps us to tune back into that higher perspective when we're stuck in these, in the mess of life. Because when we go higher, we can remember, oh, like it seems really awful and messy right now, but if I go higher, like I can connect to, my soul. And like for example, in relationships, like when you lose somebody in this world, like on this realm, it can feel really painful because there's a separation. And now that person is no longer in your life, whether this is because of, a death or because of a breakup. That can be really painful. But when we go higher, that higher perspective, and tune into our souls and the souls of that other person, and that love and that energy that exists, like that's infinite and that's eternal. And I find it helpful. Like I have a big heart and I love really hard, and it helps me to, and I can get attached really easily too. I get very attached. I'm a Pisces. So it can help us to tune into that love, that eternal love that exists between souls, just to remind us of like, hey, like this little human life is not the only realm that we exist in. So, okay, back to eagle. So the words for eagle are vision, freedom, authority, and inspiration. That's why I love this card. All right, so eagle is number 20. Let me find. Okay, eagle. Great sky keeper, bridger of heaven and earth, vision maker for the new dawn. Native American lore tells the legend of the thunderbird, a mighty winged one whose eyes shot forth piercing bolts of lightning and whose massive beating wings summoned rain into the sky. Standing 3 feet tall with a 7-foot wingspan and eyesight up to 7 times more powerful than our own, eagle flies higher than any other bird and embodies the essence of the great thunderbird even today. To many First Nation people, such as the Aztec, Mayans, and Pueblo Indians, eagle symbolizes the rising sun. Known as a sacred messenger from heaven and the eye of the sun, eagle brings gifts of expanded perception and celestial power, carrying prayers to the Creator and returning with a vision for the path ahead. The Celts also honored eagle as an ally to water, the path ahead. The Celts also, They also honored eagles as an ally to water with her unique ability to see into the depths with great clarity from above. When being courted by a prospective life partner, the female eagle flies up, with an object such as a stick in her talons and drops it, watching to see if her male suitor will be committed and fast enough to dive down and catch it before it lands. She knows this daring feat may need to be replicated live with her offspring one day, should they fall in their first steps from the nest. If the courtship is successful, they mate in similar fashion, mid-dive between heaven and earth. Seen by many as the chief of all winged ones, eagles' daily habits share a deep connection with each of the elements of air, water, earth, fire, and wood. Here's the message. When eagle soars into your skies, she brings with her the gifts of freedom, born of the courage to see beyond all limitations. Eagle comes to awaken the visionary in you. She calls to the high place of your purest dreaming. She comes to remind you that you did not come here to be tangled or suppressed by life. You did not come here to be weighed down by the details of your day-to-day, but rise to the breath of your great spirit, to stretch your heart and vision beyond what may have once seemed realistic or appropriate into the wide open field of all possibility. Eagle medicine brings the power to build a bridge between your greatest aspiration and your current reality. Eagle knows that there's a time to perch, a time to study from afar, a time to soar above, and a time to dive with great focus towards that which you are seeking. As you prepare to embark upon a new life change or creative endeavor, take time first to bring yourself to higher ground. Breathe in the mountain breezes that give birth to lofty vision. With Eagle's view, you will see with great clarity not only the field of infinite possibilities before you, but also what actions are needed to realize your vision. And with this clarity comes the energy and inspiration to claim all that is your dreaming and more. Move with Eagle's power and grace, and you will find great heights can be reached with ease while maintaining a grounded connection to the earth. I need to have some water with me next time because I'm losing my voice. Okay, here's your affirmation, reflectors. From the mountaintop of my being, I see a world of infinite possibility. I open my wings and let go of limits. My great spirit lifts me higher. I bring visions of heaven back to earth. So that was the card reading for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And I just invite you to really, meditate on this animal or card, this message that you got today, and let it percolate because it has messages, it has meaning for you. The universe speaks to us in synchronicity, in music, in these coincidences, these magical coincidences. And the universe is always speaking to us. It's just oftentimes we don't pay attention. And so really let yourself pay attention to this message that the universe has brought for you today because it wanted you to hear it for a reason, and it has meaning and it has magic in it, as do you. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me on this crazy journey. Bye.